Hi everyone, welcome back to this YouTube video series on how to delete or how to dissolve the egoic mind. This is part 6. This is the final part now. In the previous video, we talked about how the heart is the way through, and that when we're practicing connection within our heart in this withinness model that I was talking about, we are training our egoic mind to know that we are actually safe and that it can finally let us go, right? In this video, we are going to be talking about the higher self. The reason why the higher self is so important here is that it helps us choose for our highest timeline. Our highest timeline is the timeline that's the most loving, is the most complete, is the pure alignment of you. So it's really important that we do this. So what is the high self? First of all, we need to really understand what the high self is. And what we're going to do then is do an exercise together. It's like a guided meditation that you can help yourself choose what is right based on your highest timeline, because it's the choosing of that that's really, really important. I've also put a link below of a meditation of how to connect to your higher self below, so you can do that for yourself, and that's completely free. So what is the higher self? How can you describe the higher self? You know, I really do find words really difficult to describe anything, to use to describe anything. So the best way to kind of understand the higher self is that it's the truest and the wisest part of you. It's the deepest knowing of you, and it's the highest part of you. It's the part that just knows things and it just goes for it. It's the part of you that keeps guiding you, that keeps knowing how to move forward. And it's happening all the time. And it's about being able to listen to your higher self, to be able to choose again for your highest timeline. Now, the other thing to understand about the higher self is that it is completely connected to your heart and your soul. It all works together. When you are more connected to your heart and your soul, you are then naturally connected more to your higher self, and then you just follow that along, right? So we make choices sometimes in our life not based on our higher self, actually. We don't, even though our higher self is there trying to guide us, trying to help us. But many times we're not using our higher self. So it's important to really connect with your higher self, so you are choosing for your highest timeline. Again, is so important. Also, another thing to note is that when you choose anything based on your higher self, in whatever the situation whatever the situation is, you are actually helping other people around you when you're making that choice based on your higher self to be more aligned to their higher self. So imagine, a situation where, it's maybe a difficult choice that you have to make, right? A difficult choice that can affect people around you. Well, if it's your higher self that you are following, then you are making the right choice for you, for your higher self, remember, for your highest timeline. And in that, no matter how anyone else feels about this choice, whether they're judging you for it, whether it could be that maybe, you might not have friends, family, or whoever is around you at that time anymore because of this choice, it is still helping those people to be aligned to their higher self. That's how it works, to be aligned to their heart and their soul, by you making that choice, by following your higher self. So you've got to be aware of that, because it's so easy, in our egoic mind, one of the things that we do is judge ourselves and other people and judge the whole situation, right? Is the same thing. So with your higher self, you need to know that actually that's not how it works. There is no judgment. There can't be a judgment, because that's not how it works. Your higher self works only for you. It's only for you. It is not the higher self of anyone else. Everyone's heart and soul is specific to theirs. So you have got your own specific higher self. You have got your own specific heart and soul designed perfectly for you, and in all the way. So what that means is whatever choice you make is exactly the choice you're meant to make for your higher self. And even if someone else is in the same situation, they may make a different choice, but that's because they're following their heart and their soul connected to their higher self. So you can't judge anyone else, right? It is your truth only. So I'm going to ask you this question. What is truth for you? What is your truth? No one else says. What is your truth? What is truth for you? Your higher self is the part of you, like we said, the highest part of you, the wisest part of you that is serving you. It is meant to serve you, to help you keep aligned to you. It is your knowing and your truth. That's what it is. So that's why it's really important to stay with your higher self and listen to that, because it works perfectly for you in where you need to go and what you need to do. And it's, again, perfectly designed only for you. Okay. So as we understand this, the higher self, what we really need to know is, again, is helping us make choices. This is why we need to stay with our higher self, because it keeps us aligned and it keeps us aligned to our purpose, aligned to ourselves, but also aligned to our purpose and in the direction we need to go. So we are using our higher self to make choices based on what's true for us. That's how the higher self works. So we need to think about what choices we are not making that's not based on our higher self, and therefore is not serving us, is not helping us. And what choices are we making, or could we be doing more that is serving us and helping us, which is basically us being guided by our higher self. What I want you to do before we move on to this exercise we're going to do together, which is to connect to your higher self, and we're going to add this part on. First of all, I want you to consider, remember, an experience, any particular experience you had that kept you in your trauma body. An experience that you had that kept you in your trauma body. Now, this could be as simple as placing your attention on something that's outside of you. If you place your attention on something outside of you, then you're not going to be helping your trauma body. You're not going to be able to help yourself heal, right? So that could be as simple as just listening to gossip, talking to someone about some gossip, maybe listening to the news or whatever it is, right? What experience have you had that you can remember that's kept you in your trauma body? Something maybe that you repeat, some behavior that maybe you notice you repeat in your life. Now, if that's difficult for you, think of an experience that you had that you remember being in your trauma body. What situation can you remember that's put you in a trauma body response? We talked about trauma body, right? How that works. So that could be shouting. It could be overthinking. It could be overworking. It could be that you're just the type of person, as one of the patterns that you're in is that you just want to keep busy all the time. You just don't want to rest because it's difficult for you to, face yourself. So if that's the case, then use that example. Okay, whatever it is that's kept you in trauma body, you remember being in trauma body, remember that experience, because we're going to use that now in this practice that we're going to do. So what we're going to do now is connect to our higher self, and we're going to put this experience, this situation in place for this meditation. Like I said before, there is a free meditation you can do to connect to your higher self, and I'll put that link below. Okay, so what I want you to do is to sit somewhere comfortable, lie down wherever it's comfortable for you, and take 3 slow, deep breaths. And then I want you to go straight to your heart. Just stay connected right where your heart is. Remember, your higher self is completely connected to your heart. Staying right within your heart. Feel into that calm and peace and lightness within your heart. Let yourself open up within your heart. And now just imagine a ladder going up from your heart to the highest part of you. Imagine this ladder moving from your heart, going up. And as you walk up this ladder from your heart, deeply connected to your heart, you get closer and closer to your higher self. Within your higher self, feel into what is true for you. What feels knowing to you? What feels right for you? This is the part of you that's above everything else. This is the part of you that's above anything that you've been told, any conditioning that you've had. This is the deepest, wisest, knowing part of yourself. Stay with that. Staying within your heart, connected to your heart, being with your higher self. Remembering your higher self is speaking to you about your truth only. It is trying to guide you. It is here for your truth only. Just staying here. Now I want you to go back to this experience that you had when you were in trauma body. How did it feel in your body? What feelings are you noticing now? Staying with those feelings within your heart, connected to your higher self. Staying within your higher self that knows your truth only. It knows you so well and is trying to guide you and help you. It knows what's right for you. Now remembering the feelings that are coming up for you in this trauma body that you experienced. Is this serving you? How does this make you feel? Is this choice where you stepped in your trauma body, consciously or not, but still when you stepped in your trauma body, those feelings that are coming up for you, is this serving you? What is your higher self saying? Staying right within your higher self, your deepest truth, your deepest knowing that is only your truth. What will serve you better? What can you choose now based on what your higher self is saying? What can you choose differently based on your higher self? What is your higher self saying? So within this higher self, if it is a trauma body where maybe you're overthinking, is that serving you? What is your higher self saying? What feels right that you can feel within your higher self, that your higher self is speaking to you? Could you choose differently next time based on your higher self? Could you choose not to put that attention on the mind thinking? And what can you do differently? In that situation, what could you do differently? What is your higher self saying? Listen. Your higher self wants the best for you. Your higher self knows only the best for you. What is right for you? What would be right for you? What choice could you make differently based on your higher self? A kinder, more loving choice. Listen to your higher self. Okay, now take 3 slow, deep breaths. And just open your eyes when you're ready. Notice what's in front of you, just so you become aware of where you are and ground yourself. Okay. How was that exercise for you? Did you find that helpful? Remember, you can connect to your higher self all the time. It's always there. It's about being open to it. And that's one of the reasons why we use the heart. If you get a bit stuck with the higher self, go back to the heart meditation that we did in the previous video, because it's really the higher self is completely deeply connected to the heart and the soul working together in alignment. So stay with that. And the next part for you would be the higher self. The higher self is basically the part of you that knows, is the wisest part of you. You know, what should I be doing that's better for me, that's, you know, serving, that's better in terms of serving for me, what's more helpful for me, right? And that's all it's doing. And like I said, there's a meditation you can do, and just feel free to do that for yourself as well. But you can do this anytime. This is so helpful for when you can use the higher self for anything. It doesn't have to be just this, but it's so helpful for when you get yourself stuck, you notice you're getting stuck and you don't know what to do. Come back to the heart always. That always will give you the answers, and your higher self will help you to guide you. I hope you found that useful. I hope you found the whole course useful. Do feel free to watch it all again. There's so much in the course that I feel like I haven't covered fully, but that enough hopefully for you to be able to watch and learn and put these things into practice for yourself.